EA Games. It's in your wallet. Nobody likes EA except for investors. Me going into detail about why EA is a shitty company has been done a million times before and not really worth the effort. However, with this recent controversy in their newest game, Star Wars Battlefront 2, there is a few things I would like to talk about here. Playing an EA game and putting up with the microtransaction bullshit, which is beyond intrusive, is just painful. It's fucking miserable. It's like getting a urethral swab of sandpaper. And in Star Wars Battlefront fucking your wallet too, it's the absolute worst system. You have to spend money on getting your loot boxes in order to progress in the game and even stand a chance against other players who do spend money. This guy on Reddit really started the whole controversy, which is erupting now, with this right here, where he proves it takes approximately 40 hours to unlock one hero in the game, and you can't unlock anything else. You have to save up your credits for 40 hours to afford one of the heroes here. And that's just absolutely ridiculous. Even the most elite of gamer samurai gurus will at least have to spend a week of constant playtime to unlock one of the heroes without spending money. And EA knows that number is way, way, way too high, but the point is, it gives people an incentive to spend the money to get the heroes, because no one's going to want to spend 40 hours to start unlocking things. No one's going to put that kind of time in there. But they would very gently toy around with the nipples of dropping $20 on getting a few loot boxes to speed it up and hopefully even get a hero out of it. And that's the whole idea behind the system. If you can get a player who just spent $60 or $80 on the game, have them drop another $20, then damn, you're doing some great shit there from a marketing perspective. But at the cost of losing some goodwill with the consumers, which Electronic Sharts already has none of. They're about as well liked as sleeping on a bed of broken glass. But EA's smart enough to know that it doesn't matter, because they hold some incredibly large titles hostage, like Star Wars Battlefront. People are not going to boycott Star Wars Battlefront. It's going to sell incredibly well no matter what. All of Reddit's up in arms. We're boycotting it. We're not going to touch the game. Let's vote with our wallets. And don't get me wrong, they've definitely got the right idea. The only way EA would change their business practices is if people stop buying their products. But Reddit's not going to do that. They can't resist the carrot that's dangling in front of their face, the fucking fleshlight on a string that they just need to fuck. So they're going to buy the newest title, and it happens every time. For the last 6 years, they've been saying, let's boycott EA games. We're not going to touch them. We're going to stay pure. And then within 24 hours, the entire R-Gaming subreddit is nothing but the latest EA title content. And even if all of Reddit did boycott the EA games like they say they're going to do, it wouldn't make a difference to EA, because the general population doesn't go on Reddit and follow along with the drama and the up-in-arms controversies. They just go buy the games and they have fun, they might spend some money. That's what EA really caters to. They don't give a shit about negative publicity or how they look in the Reddit's eye. They don't really give too much of a fuck. What matters to them is the profits they can make, and they're going to stand to make a lot of profits here. So I'm going to look into my crystal ball of ass and predict that this game's going to sell incredibly well, Reddit's not going to boycott it, and EA's practices are only going to get even worse than the Star Wars Battlefront 2 microtransaction bullshit here. Because right now, all of the loot boxes, all of the micro-penis actions are being shown to work and make a lot more money than regular games without microtransactions. So why would they stop? It makes no sense from a business standpoint. They can make far more money by implementing systems like Star Wars Battlefront 2 is doing. Now, after this whole 40 hours needed to unlock a single hero thing broke, EA actually responded with perhaps the single worst PR statement I have ever read in my life, and it has become one of Reddit's most downvoted comments in its entire history, which is nothing shy of impressive, so give yourself a round of applause, EA. It reads, "The intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes." Yeah, that sounds about right. The first thing I'd feel is immense pride and accomplishment after mindlessly fingering my butthole in a mediocre video game for 40 hours to unlock one character. Or perhaps they are referring to the sense of pride and accomplishment after wasting more money on the mediocre video game after purchasing it. Man, nothing screams pride and accomplishment like buying your way to the top of the leaderboard in a video game. This poor Cro-Magnon continues, "As for cost, we selected initial values based upon data from the open beta and other adjustments," no you didn't, "made to milestone rewards before launch. Among other things, we're looking at average per player credit earned rates on a daily basis, and we'll be making constant adjustments to ensure that players have challenges that are compelling, rewarding, and of course attainable via gameplay." That is not at all what you're trying to do here. You're trying to make it so impossible to attain anything via gameplay that you have to buy them. The only challenge you've implemented here is the astoundingly high number of credits it takes to unlock shit. That's not a compelling challenge. It's also not attainable. It's about as compelling and attainable as somebody issuing a challenge to me to grow 5 inches in a week. To finish it off, this PR troglodyte finishes it with, "We appreciate the candid feedback." I'm sure you appreciate this candid feedback, as you call it, and the passion the community has put forth around the current topics here on Reddit, our forums, and across numerous social media outlets. Our team will continue to make changes and monitor community feedback and update everyone as soon and as often as we can. Absolute bullshit. There's really nothing to even talk about there. But I have no doubt EA will tone down the amount of credits it takes to unlock things. A couple months after release, they'll go ahead and spin it as, "We're listening to you, and we're looking out for the little guys out there that don't have a huge disposable income, so we're lowering the credits." Yahoo! And then they, play both sides of the field to make a lot of money in the initial launch for the whales that want to spend the money, and then down the line they'll go ahead and lower it down for us plebeians out here who don't want to spend on microtransactions. Now, as is common with gamers these days, they're very hostile people, and they were, of course, per usual, sending death threats and making all types of strongly worded comments to the devs and shit. Some John Wick level shit. "Oh, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna fuck you up real good, pal. You've really messed with the wrong CIA super soldier who retired recently and loved video games until you've done this. Now I'm coming for you." And so this guy, I don't know who he is, but I know he's a developer on Battlefront 2, posts this. "Oh, you're keeping track of them for legal reasons, huh?" No, you're not, Sean. You absolutely are not. You're not going to do anything legally. You can't do anything legally. What are you going to do, imprison over 1,600 people? That'd make that scene in The Dark Knight where Harvey Dent gets half of Gotham's criminals behind bars look like child's play. You would be one hell of a fucking force to be reckoned with if you could do that, Sean, but you can't. So please, devs out there, stop tallying up your death threats and personal attack emails and pretend like you're going to take legal action, because you're not and you can't. This happens every time a game implements an unpopular feature with the community. Gamers are very entitled and childish people for the most part. I don't want to say the entire gaming community is, but let's be honest, for the most part they are, because every time something negative in a game gets implemented, this same shit happens. These children send death threats. Let's make our voices be heard, let them know that we're not satisfied. Let's try and ruin their lives. That'll show them. And it's disgusting. It's fucking pathetic. Those kind of people are very sad people, and it's almost even sadder that the community kind of looks at them as heroes. "Oh, you sent a death threat? You threatened to kill and eat his dog? Oh, nice. I'll go ahead and send one of my own. This time I'll threaten to burn down his house and then pee on his burned ashes. That'll be good." Let's see them try and implement another unpopular feature I don't like. They won't want to mess with me again after this email. It's just pathetic. Absolutely fucking pathetic. And it doesn't solve anything. If anything, it might even exacerbate the problem. "Oh, these gamers fucking suck. They're assholes. Let's go ahead and keep fucking their wallets real good because we know they have no impulse control and they're going to keep buying our games. Let's really make this one slap them on the fucking cockhole." I'd normally feel bad and speak up against this anti-consumer feature we're about to implement in Star Wars Battlefront 3, but after the emails I got last year, no, fuck them. They deserve no sympathy. They're horrible people. Go ahead, Harold. I'm greenlighting this feature. Let's really fuck them good. I just don't see the point, and I don't think I'll ever understand the outrage culture in the gaming community these days. But yeah, I mean, this is basically the EA controversy in a nutshell. I just wanted to get it all out there and talk about it, because it's really fucking frustrating. And yeah, that's it. See ya.